Okay. Well, so what do you think about what's your thoughts on drama? Like
Like there
drama
is
in general. What's your thoughts on drama as a human experience?
there's a lot of emotion to it. I mean, it's not boring. It's very entertaining when you're not in the drama. Cause like it's like, oh, I don't really like drama, and then you're like, yeah, what happened? What happened?
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean to a degree.
Yeah.
What's your limit though? Like, cause I think your limit's way higher than mine.
Oh yeah.
Cause like,
Yeah.
yeah, my drama, I'm kind of interested sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, dude, I don't even want to know. Like, just leave me alone. So where does your limit?
It's like 50-50.
50?
Here, let me show you. Let me give you an
Yeah,
explanation.
yeah.
I like drama to a point where if it affects something in my life, I'm gone.
Are you? Because I couldn't say that, but I look back 15 years, 10 years, I probably was kind of like not gone, even though.
Oh no,
So
that's
especially in
my mindset right
romance,
now.
especially in romance,
Oh my gosh.
romance makes it sometimes harder to walk away from drama because of the intimacy or the romance or the companionship, not being lonely, having someone to go with on a Friday night or Saturday night. Like those things, or if you were in a monogamous relationship with that person too, it's sometimes even harder to walk away because it's like, dude, we were getting along, now we were had a thing, and now I have to walk away from it. I'm gonna be sad. So even if though like you're like maybe arguing, sometimes it's like, dude. So it makes people go back and back. That's to me. That's what toxicity is when it's like you shouldn't be talking to this person, and the end you're gonna give up to them. Like even if it went good for like a month, you're probably gonna give up anyway on them because you really don't want to be with them.
Yeah.
But you kind of low key like stay in it because it's something to do. And again, this is me being transparent as hell. You know how I roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that?
I agree. Most of like the intimacy and like you're like selling yourself to like a way like, okay, if you want to be committed or not. So it's like a sale, right? So let's say like I bribe you with like a food or like a relationship, and I'm like I'm taking you on dates, I'm giving you the attention that you want.
You're talking about like a guy.
Like a guy, like I'm a guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking you on dates and giving you
Mhm.
the attention you want. I'm giving you that intimacy, that flirtatiousness. Like I'm making your life not boring, right? But
Yeah, in
I'm
other words,
sending you.
you're getting that high,
Yeah.
high of being
But I'm like selling.
being
Yeah.
wanted.
I'm selling you like, okay, here you go, like for free. It's kind of like for free in a way.
There's nothing free though.
It's like basically saying it, but
no,
it's like
but I mean, nobody thinks there's something. No, in reality, let's stop there. Nobody
no.
thinks there's anything for free. No, there's nothing. Never believe anything is free. Never.
Well,
believe
obviously there's gonna be a trade because I give your time, you give my time.
Yes.
Right.
Nothing is free.
Okay. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah. I'm saying.
Let
like,
me rephrase
yeah,
that.
Yeah, because I'm saying the second
No. Okay,
someone.
so I'm giving you whatever I said, right?
There's free trials, like in the hopes.
Trials.
Okay. Finish what you're saying because I want you to finish because I want to see what you were. Go ahead and finish the thought without me interrupting because in a way it was like,
let me repeat that.
Yeah. No, please finish as you work because maybe you could give some insight to like, okay, so this guy's doing this, everything's free. Got it.
It's like an unfinished sale, right? So I'm giving you like the dates, the attention, the intimacy, the whatever. I'm making your life not boring.
Right.
And then it's like you're trading it for the same thing, right? Like boy and girl are trading it for the same thing. But let's say like it's usually the man that pursues it, that sells it, and the girl that takes it and exchanges for the same things, right? But say the man like it's like second guessing the sale. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take it back. And the girl's like, well, where's my deal? Where's my relationship? So it's like an unfinished sale, like that toxicity that you were saying. That's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna give it to you, and that's what mixed signals are called. Mixed signals. So like, if I was selling something, you have to like fully believe on it. He's not fully sold.
You're talking a person.
The guy, the person.
Is this person you're talking about an example?
An example.
You've experienced someone like this.
Yes.
Because it's like I don't know if every guy's like this. And I'm saying I'm sure a lot of guys are.
No, there's good guys out there who are fully like fully committed and fully like ready to sell, they're them, right? So he's not really committed, but he still wants to sell.
Super mixed signal.
Super mixed signal.
Now, when you say sell, do you mean like intimacy? You know,
and to me, like intimacy, dates, like he wants everything,
but without a relationship.
Without a relationship.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like to get the fruits of a relationship.
Yeah,
without a relationship.
Without the commitment.
Yeah.
So he's not fully committed because he doesn't really want to sell like himself. You know.
Just the goods.
The goods and all that. Like he doesn't want that title because he still wants to play. He still wants to sell himself to other women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying like facts about how men are like that.
Men in general.
Like not men in general. There's good men out there.
No, it's fine that you think that.
No.
If that's how you think, that's
no,
fine.
No, I'm telling you, there's good men out there. I've seen loyal men, committed men.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying all men are like that because they're not. But it's just men that I experienced in a way that I didn't know.
I think that loyalty exists.
It does exist.
It exists primarily when two people feel that they're worth being loyal to. It's not even just like one person. Like I could be loyal to a person if that person was worth being loyal to. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean like because I can be loyal to this person doesn't mean I'll be loyal to this person, because maybe this person is like, dude, we both know that we're not going to be loyal to each other. We know that. Yeah. Does that make sense? So it all depends on who you're talking to. I think that loyalty exists. Not, yeah, it's like no, I'm always loyal. That's just how I am. It's like that's more rare because it's just like in reality, if you really think about it, most people are gonna kind of be like, it just depends who it is. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Like being sincere, it's just more like it just depends who it is.
It depends who it is.
Who it is that you're talking to. Yeah, and even then, loyalty into itself is a pretty. It's kind of a. Loyalty for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. In other words, if you really break it down, it's kind of complex.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like it gets more complex. Like in other words, can someone be loyal for one person for 20 years?
And that's commitment.
Years? Can someone do it even?
Oh yeah.
Like I'm saying, how many people do you know that did it?
Married people. People who are married.
Yeah. I'm saying me, I probably know myself.
Yeah.
People that are married that I know, they're like probably like it fit in one hand that they've been married like 20, 30 years.
Yeah,
like it's rare. It's more rare these days.
It is more rare. And
but anyway, we were talking about drama.
Drama, yes.
Yes. So what's your thoughts on drama itself? Like to me, typically when drama comes out, it's typically in romance. That's why I brought that up. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where it tends to come out because it's like, you know, people get in their feelings and it stirs things up, you know?
Yeah, if every single drama that happens in relationships and like outer people come in that relationship, so it's like two people, right? And there's like a third one because like maybe like the girl was talking to or like messing around with another guy, or the guy was messing around with another girl, and then like it adds more drama. It's more drama, and people get angry, people get mad because they just in the end all they wanted was love, and they didn't get it. And then this big old commotion.
Yeah, I think ultimately everybody wants love. It doesn't matter who you are. And I think sometimes even the people that just want to mess around with people, I think even they want love deep at the core. But it's sometimes so deep even they don't even know that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's sort of one of those things, like it really depends. Like it's pretty complex.
It really is.
It's truly complex.
Very.
Yeah. Like really, really, really.
It's like a deep combo.
Right. Yeah. Because, and you know, like for myself, what I did for the last few years was take some time and just be like, okay, what am I going to do right for me, regardless of who's in my life? Yeah. And then that's why I'm able to sort of focus, because for me, it was like in relationships, whenever your relationship, it'd be like, okay, like, because you're sharing almost the way you enter a relationship is kind of what's going to stick around. Or not, you're going to lose that person. Because in other words, what I mean is this, like say you meet somebody and you're not working out and you're not busy at work.
Yeah.
So then you meet them at that stage where you're like, you're not busy at work and you're not working out. So then let's just say you start getting busy at work. Let's say you start working out. Mm-hmm. That person might feel threatened because you're growing in a way, and they might feel like,
but not together. Yeah.
You're not even not together. They might just be insecure and be like, so, you know, who are you seeing at the gym? Or like people checking you out at the gym? Are you talking to people at the gym?
I get you, yeah.
What about work? Like who's talking to you at work? In other words, it's because that person maybe have met you here. Yeah. and as you grew, like I'm not saying you, but as you grew, then that instigates a drama. Because then that person that's in a state of growth, they might say, why are you being like that? Let me be me. Let me be successful.
Yeah.
And then they might start seeing like, are you trying to hold me back as I grow? And they are, but now they're like,
They're holding on from
now
their
they're gonna
value,
have a little resentment. And you see how like now we have these deep things like gonna create drama. So then someone's like, you finished all the milk. Why did you finish all the milk? It has nothing to do with the milk. It has to do with they're arguing about the power struggle of she's growing, but that's not how they met. But now she's in a state of growth and he's feeling insecure, like someone's gonna take his girl. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what
like
you're saying.
so even though that seems kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
But that's how it goes sometimes. It's like it's perplexing, it's weird, it's like logical.
So if two
And
people
get this. And sometimes those concerns are warranted. Sometimes happens like, yeah, maybe she's going to the gym and she's gonna meet someone there and she's gonna cheat on you. That's possible. No, you get it? Like it's like, well, yes, he's insecure. Like, and that's why it's funny when people are like, oh, he's just insecure. Maybe, but he might also be right too.
True.
You get it? Where it's like, so then it gets like, and that's why I'm saying, even if someone could be loyal, it's like loyal to who? Because it's like that person might not have the capacity to be loyal, so why can be loyal to them?
I guess
see how layered it gets? It's
does
not
get
it's not
layered.
as simple as this like binary concept.
Yeah, like boy meets girl, and then
Yeah, it's not that simple.
yeah, it's not.
It really requires like
It's a lot of
it's a lot.
a commitment.
It's a lot of internal knowledge of yourself.
It's a choice to me.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
So for me, my strategy has been, what am I gonna be regardless? Like, what do I need regardless of who's in my life? It's like, well, I need to work out and I need to create something for myself, a business. I need to create something that sustains me so I can get my protein, so I get my chicken, so I can have my roof over my head, so I get my car, so I can expand.
Yeah.
Like regardless of whoever's in my life, I need those things, right? And then if someone comes in my life, they're probably gonna want those things. They're gonna be like, Jacob, do you have a car? Do you have chicken so I can eat it? Do you have that, Jacob? I'll be like, well, yeah, it's what I did that because I need it for me, but you can have some too. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's just what I discovered. Like I built my life on the things that you couldn't argue. You know what I mean? Like, because in other words, someone's gonna no one can look at me and like, so what are you saying? You work? It's like, yeah, I do. So and you work out, yes.
Yeah.
And you pray to God, and you love your family, yes. You built your life on that, So, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, so now that person goes, well, I need you to stop doing one of those. It's like, you're crazy. Because I'm sane.
Yeah. And I think it's like
and so then you kind of get to see, remember I told you get to see like when you
the true
establish
colors,
you get to see like if they want, it's almost like if I'm living in a drama-free zone, then to get to me you have to be drama-free. Because the test is, well, I want you to stop one of those things. It's like, well, then that means you're crazy because when I do these things, that makes me sane.
Yeah, that's what makes you Jacob.
And it's how it's productive.
Yeah, like what you told me, like value. Like if someone, like honestly, like I did not know that. Like I mean, I knew that, but I didn't know how to put it in words. So what you taught me is
about
like
the drama.
No, like before, like way earlier, like before we started this 90-day challenge, which we are on day
7, 8, 9, 10.
Day 10. So like before all that, you told me like if a person like puts you aside from what you value, like a man or a boy.
Oh, I told you that was I said that was gonna stop you, right?
Gonna, like it's like
in fitness.
In fitness or just in general, like what you do, like your job. You know, they want to make them like their first priority, but like it's not like that.
It's kind of, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's something subconscious and psychological.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants. Like as a man, I know a woman. Let's say she's my romantic partner. Let's just say that were to happen. Like I know she's low key gonna want to be my first priority. I know she is.
Duh.
My number one. And even I could tell her like it's God.
It's God.
She's gonna low key be like, okay, but like maybe it could be me.
I mean that's yeah.
You get me?
Yeah,
like even that's so wrong. That is toxic.
It is.
But I don't know. You're like, yeah, it is. It's like your low key understanding is like that's happened.
Yeah, and then I feel like you're right. like they get so angry and mad because like they're not doing is the same things that you're doing. Like they don't have that much hobbies or like things to keep them busy to like pursue them to make them successful. So like if two people were like successful together and they had hobbies, they had jobs, they had everything, they put their priorities first and like to keep
Yes,
themselves.
but even at that level, I know people like Grant Cardone or whatever. He operates like that with his wife at the highest level, and I heard him recently say, "Man, it's tough, man." And Grant's not one of those people that talks shit. Like he's not one of those people that makes that is.
Oh yeah, no,
He doesn't make he doesn't add no spice, no sauce.
Yeah,
it's
like
just
no
like
sugar.
it's just like he.
It's
And
tough.
I've seen him go like yeah, it's tough, man. And he, like it's tough, man. It's tough. You know what I mean? And,
It's very tough
and
to
he's
make
a billion,
time
and
for
he's a
your
billionaire,
wife.
and they
Yeah.
know about being on the same page, and they're smart, and they're older, and they have kids, and they're beautiful kids, and they run an empire. Like they're not joking. This is bona fide. This is the real deal. They got a jet. They're not playing. This is the game.
And
I've heard them say it's tough.
It is
so
tough,
then,
yeah.
so when I hear someone like that talk about it like that, I then realize, dude, it's tough. Because it's like if these and if someone goes like, well, if you enter that space arrogantly, like it's like, bro, people greater than you, bro, have come and they get humbled by this topic of drama and romance and work and money. It's like a lot that it's like, look at Tom Brady, look at Kanye West, look at Brad Pitt, look at people. Like sometimes I think the people that are successful relationships are people like my grandparents are living out in the mountains somewhere. They're still together. They had 10 kids. It's like they are fine. They're gonna live. They're gonna pass away on this earth together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why? Because maybe they just lived on a ranch, and that's what it was. So in a way, it's like as we've expanded with more technology, more options, more Instagram, more temptation, more like clothes, fancy clothes, nice things, that allowed us to, in a way, express our ego in our art and all these things. And on some level, it also lets the ego and the id come out and sort of the darkness within humanity sort of express itself and have that space where drama could say, just play power games and stuff. And again, this is very true. We see how it feels very honest, right?
Power games.
Right, like power games and stuff like that, where it's just, that's the drama thing.
And like who's more in power? Who has the last saying,
Yeah, all that stuff.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is, because it's just like when you have more power and you just let them, they're just so egotistic and they're just like, okay, I want.
Yeah.
But it's like you're mature about it and you don't want to show them that you actually do, because it just seems like wrong. Like you don't have time for that. You want to focus on you. Like, you get me?
Focusing on you and like as I'm saying, I'm trying to tell you, like, if you really focus on you.
Yeah.
And like I think a diet, for example, is a great way to carve people out. This is
really
why.
Is.
Yeah, because this is why.
Because dates. Right?
Huh?
Because dates.
Yes, because in a way, I've gone on dates and I've made meal preps, and I've made like expensive meal preps. Like I've presented like, here's a filet mignon. Like this is an expensive. You're not gonna get that anywhere. Like
what is it?
A filet mignon is a tenderloin. It's like the most expensive steak. Yeah, listen, I've made tenderloins in meal preps, and I've brought it to my date to stay on my diet and buy the girl the meal and make it a great meal.
That's a lot of effort.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I know it's top of the line food.
Yeah.
She's not gonna get that kind of quality for just like at McDonald's or Applebee's, or you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Right. And I do that kind of thing, and I did that kind of thing to be like, is this chick smart enough? It's almost like a test to be like, is this chick smart enough to see like how much more I'm giving her, but it seems like I'm giving her less. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
It's almost like a subtle, because women are like, I don't want her to be cheap. Well, it's probably the most expensive thing you've been eating in the last month. So then what? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but because in a way, like Jacob, I've always enjoyed the intellectual challenge or the perplexity of like, let's really examine these statements. Let's really look at what you're saying, and if it's true, let's really break it down, deconstruct it, and I'll serve it back to you. It was like, does it stand even to yourself, even to your own scrutiny? And if someone's own words stand up to their own scrutiny, that person will be interesting. Because it's like what they're saying is in alignment with the truth, right? But if someone's like, in other words, let's just say, right? If I don't know, you're a girl, so I can't. So does that make sense? Where I got a girl filet mignon, and like some.
No. Like, you don't have to tell me, oh my god. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I look at both point of views from men, from women, dating life. Like I told you, like looking at other people's point of views.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I want to see what a man point of view is, and honestly, like you taught me a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What is a man's point? What have I talked about a man's point of view? Right?
honestly, like all men want to do, like you told me, like he can have the girl, he can have like everything, like a good house, kids, a wife. But if he doesn't fulfill it to his full potential, he's gonna feel stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, duh. Of course we're not enough, but we are in a way. You get me?
He needs to feel ignited.
Like it's,
I remember I told you I
yeah.
trained somebody very successful.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I made him think.
Yeah.
This is someone that has everything.
Everything.
And he's like, and I told him it's about the inner temple and is that ignited? And he's like, and it's again, it seems trivial, but it's like, again, this video, it could have 0 views, and it ignited me. It did everything it needs to do within me
Me too.
to move me into day number 11 and into 12. And some people could be like, well, this person Logan Paul has 1 million. I don't want to be like him. He's not mature enough to. I don't look at him and I'm like, if I could only be like Logan Paul, like I'm using him because he's a very popular YouTuber, right?
He's a boxer now. Oh.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Oh, this is
Jake
brother.
Paul,
Yeah, Jake Paul.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, they're probably somebody very successful.
Yeah.
That even though like, yeah, they have that, you don't want to be them as a woman.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Kim's very successful. Do you want to be her? You get me?
Yeah,
like,
you
know what I'm saying? Where it's like,
Mhm.
what do you mean? Well, she's extremely successful. The question is, do you want to be her? You get
Yeah,
me?
I get you.
That is like, well, if you understand, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I do understand.
Where it's like, wouldn't you rather be? Because in a way, like, if you want to be someone else, in a way, it's like you gave up on this. You gave up on who Ashley is, and if you give up on yourself, you're not ignited. You're not really there.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the whole concept of like believing in yourself and being ignited, that's ultimately the most important thing. Like, and that's a great way to see who likes drama. Let's say I tell that to somebody, right?
And they'd be like, ah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you lose.
Like,
yeah, it's like, you lose. We're done. And they're like, that's it. It's like, yeah, that's it. That was it.
Yeah.
Right? Because why? Do you see that? Like, why? Because it's like, because you challenge something that I cannot have you challenge.
Yeah, and it's like, if you can't pass that challenge, and like, what's the point? Like,
Yeah,
waste my time.
Because you're gonna. It's almost like someone says, "This is sacred to watch."
Yeah.
It's like someone goes, "This is sacred to me," and then they spit on it. It's like, get out of my face.
It's just disrespectful.
Yeah, like,
if they don't respect your boundaries, what you value, and everyone's different. Everyone has different perspectives and like opinions. So it's just very complex, but that's the main goal, like to reach out your full potential.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any last thoughts? Drama,
honestly,
romance?
Drama and romance,
or whatever. I think to me that's where it usually shows up. Romance is typically the hardest one.
Yes.
I'm pretty good about the other ones.
It's very hard to find, very hard. But honestly, one little step, like one little thing that if you're not certain, just leave. Like, don't even waste your time. Just leave. If it takes you out from your value, it just respects you, passes your boundary, just leave.
So have you recently been in a situation where you had to avoid drama or like an inner ick feeling or anything like that?
Yes,
and how did you respond without getting too much details?
Honestly, I just said that we aren't compatible. I know I wish him the best. Yeah, I just left.
Cool. All right. Well, this has been fun. I'm Jacob Adams.
I'm Nicole.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.
You almost. Oh, sorry.
What did you say?
I was gonna stop it.
Oh, you were gonna stop it?